When I was refused entry, I said I went to another school, and I went to another school straight away. And it was fortunate that the headmaster of the school that I went to was an ex-Indian Army officer. He understood the importance of wearing a turban. And to my relief, I wasn't the only turban-wearing Sikh at his school. I fitted into school. I didn't have any issues at school because of my turban. Then I progressed further in my education. And oddly, the only time that I encountered difficulty was once I had qualified as a solicitor and I'd gone to Wolverhampton Crown Court. And they wouldn't allow me entry. Not because of my turban, because I was wearing a kirpan. And I told them that I wasn't going to take it off. And they said, well, you can't come in. And I said, well, you better tell the judge that I'm not going to be appearing before him because I'm not taking my kirpan off. And I said, and they said, well, we're going to have to check with the presiding judge. And we're going to have to check the Lord Chancellor's department. And you'll recall earlier on I said that the barrister became the Lord Chancellor, who represented us in the House of Lords. Well, the presiding judge at Wolverhampton Crown Court was the barrister who was fighting on behalf of the headmaster. And so it was poignant that after about, I think then, 21 years, it came full circle that they were going to seek permission from the same barrister who was arguing that I hadn't been discriminated against, who was now in a position where he had to then rely upon what the Lord Chancellor in London said, who was the barrister who represented us in the House of Lords. And therefore, once that debacle had sorted itself out, I was allowed entry. Something similar happened at Birmingham Crown Court. And I think it is unfortunate that people in our community have said that a kirpan can only be a certain dimension. My argument has always been that a kirpan doesn't have a British standard kite mark. It doesn't conform to any size, shape or length. And you may get one which is 3 inches, 4 inches, 5 inches, 4 foot long. There are different lengths and there are variations. And you can't arbitrate against people not being able to wear one. So it's fortunate that I have to carry around with me a letter written in 2004 from the presiding judge at Birmingham, that if I end up in any difficulty, I then have to show that letter that I am to be allowed admission, because I will beep when I go through the security, but there will be a beep on my left hip, and that beep is a kirpan which is being allowed. So it may not have been my turban, but it is still part of my identity, which is challenging at the moment, and needs to be challenged, because I can recall an incident where in Wolverhampton, when I had been flanked by 2 security officers not being allowed to go in, a lady came into the family court. She was a Amritari Sikh lady who was also wearing a kirpan, was not allowed entry because they said it didn't conform to the length that had been authorized. And I don't know whether she had come there to seek contact with their children or protection from domestic violence, but because of some foolish rule, she was denied entry to justice. So it is important that every member of society, especially in the Sikh society, that we, where there is an injustice, we should step forward and try and right that wrong.